Welcome to Baseball Blueprint, your home for all things player development.
All right, guys, new video today. Very similar to what we made with the last program, which was like essentially like a movement analysis type thing for sprinters, for guys who are evaluating leads, stuff like that. But what I wanted to do is I use this program all the time, Seconds Count, and that's how I kind of track our prep step timing. It's how I track our base stealing jumps. But the thing is, when I do this, one, it's kind of a hassle to upload the video and get all that handled. But then on the other side of it, like I have to keep resetting my markers. I like that it exports it out into a file and stuff like that, but I don't like to keep resetting my markers. So what I've been playing with is trying to recreate something like this that's a little bit more customizable. I guess really I wanted to capture the essence of Seconds Count while also adding in like movement analysis capabilities. So I've taken a lot of the code that was used in our base runner analysis code that GPT helped us with, and then I uploaded it into this. Now, from a base running standpoint, this helps a lot. And it doesn't just have to be one rep. We can do return times, we can do stolen base time. So the way it works is I've got the controls on the top. C is quote unquote contact because this was made for prep step, but C is first move. So I tap C right when the pitcher makes his move to deliver. And then F is the landing, so the landing of the foot post contact if you're looking at a defender. But for a runner, it's when they connect with the base with their hand. Now obviously, pretty blue collar here, but we get a decent idea of where we're at. And so this runner, we had his straight up steal time at like a 3.18, which is fast, like he's flying. But we're trying to evaluate how big of a difference his straight up steal time was with his reaction time. And not every rep's gonna be the same. As good as he is at understanding his footage, it's very, very difficult to be exact there. So trying to find a nice generalized average for his reaction time, and this isn't the only thing we would do for this, but this is a good way. Looking back at it, it's like, okay, we were trying to get a true stolen base time is what we were looking for, but now we can evaluate reactions, see if that's improved, stuff like that. And so I hit C right when the pitcher delivers, and then right as he goes to connect with the base, we hit F. It's really close, right there. And so then we get a landing time on the screen, which is pretty cool. So that's 3.402 seconds. You can record this, you can screenshot stuff. And that's really cool for base stealers. But also, the main point of this was for defenders. Like, how can I find ways to better evaluate our movement? I want movement tracking involved with this program, but then also, like, I really want to be able to track our timing on prep steps. And it's really hard to have something automated like that, especially as people are learning this. Like, some guys are landing, like the range of when they launch versus when they land is so wide. Like even Horner here, like Horner starts his prep step right at contact. That's when he starts to go airborne. A lot of guys will start before that. Like Volpe, you'll see him start before contact and land after. And so you want to find that happy medium there. But you can see on the screen, like we've got the overlay in 3D. We can fast forward, rewind, whatever we need to do. If I record this, it exports it into a file for me. Every time I click the C and F, it marks the contact and marks the landing, and then exports it into a CSV, and then we'll order it based on the name of the file. There's contact C, there's landing F, and then we got 0.285 seconds post contact. Right, and so we also have landing ranges. So that says 0.285 seconds, which is good. If this was like a 0.330, right, that'd be above the ideal range for Nico. So then it would be red. And so you'd get different scores based on this, and it's color coded. But again, this 285 gets exported into a CSV, and I'll show you in a second here. Like I can just keep doing this, right? I can just keep hitting C and F, and when I do that, it just keeps calculating. And I get a bigger buildup on the sheet. And so if I wanted to look at like a practice film and watch reps and get prep steps from film there, it makes it really easy. Whereas in Seconds Count, I have to keep reflagging it. There's another, say 0.34. I just keep tapping it and it'll just keep reloading. So every time I get a landing time, it uploads it to the program. And you can see at the bottom where the contact's being marked, and it uploads to the CSV, which is cool. But yeah, it's pretty helpful. It's helped me a lot with this kind of stuff. And I think especially for like a comparison, if you look at this versus like Seconds Count, Like seconds count's awesome. Like it's legit. The problem is when you get into it, one, uploading the videos is a little bit more difficult than just having the videos on a file, right? So the organization plays a little better here. But even beyond that, like you look at like how we access it. So here, when we access these videos, like you can click on it and you can scroll and you can find your video, but then the only thing seconds count has over this right now is like the zoom in feature. I really like that. The quality's a little bit higher. But when you're using the scrubber and you're scrolling, you can find that frame where the ball leaves the path or when the player lands, and you can see the similarities between the timings here. But it's almost as if like it's wanting to limit it to one rep, right? But that's not what we want. We want to be able to bookmark the whole thing and then have a big grouping of analysis. So instead of clearing and resetting, you just hit CNF, and it helps it group. So makes life a little bit easier, and I think at least from my end, like it's way more user friendly on my side. So, all right, guys, if you like the video, make sure to subscribe. Check out the base stealing and infield communities on X, because those have been really good. I've been learning a lot from people involved with that. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions or ways that we can make this better. This is super customizable, just like the last one, and it'll be pretty easy to make any edits and stuff like that. So, thank you.